Hey there, and welcome back to A Conspiracy of Gods, a custom 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign written and produced by me, DeRay. I'm your DM, and we're about to meet the players. But before we do, I want to offer a very special thank you to Matthew Wexler, the exceptionally talented man that recorded the music you'll hear in this episode and all of the other ones. They were tracks composed specifically for us here at A Conspiracy of Gods, and we are very thankful. Now, let's get back to those players, shall we?
Hi, I'm Chris. I play a dwarf cleric named Calcifer Forged Under the Mountain.
Hi, my name is Casey. I play Strathiel Urudir, a druidic elf.
Hi, my name is Joel. I play Fitzwilliam Halifax. He is a gnomish bard, which means he runs around, plays power chords, and shouts at people.
He's also a halfling.
Oh, sorry, halfling. Yeah, I know my character.
I am Megan, and I'll be playing Soleil's Galanadel, the Elven Ranger.
Previously on A Conspiracy of Gods, the group had faced something of a dilemma within the Black Tower in Coroscan with Yastin after a gnome had essentially summoned an air elemental and a shadow demon. However, during the battle, Yastin had asked the group to ensure her safety while she worked on something with a diamond teardrop in that tower. That something ended up being teleporting them several hundred miles to the heart of the Dueldian forest, where they found themselves in a temple to death, or at least to Beliak, as far as they could tell. There, they met a new traveling companion named Soleis, an elven ranger, who had eyes for Sarathiel's bow. And with Xavier's deep confusion over the situation, let's begin. The fuck just happened?
Well, you were looking for interesting.
Only Kelsey hears this.
I thought it was the general you.
Yeah, no. I'm going to look at him and say, that's a good question. From what I can gather, we were in one spot, now we're in another. But, feeling Rayfields, you want it interesting, right?
Xavier looks at you and kind of relaxes his grip, and he says, well, at least I will have fresh food. And he takes off out of the temple window, one of the temple windows.
Okay.
I turn and say, so do you have any, other people around here that could help us out with this situation?
As far as I know, I'm the only one in the area. I tend to range from the coast in through the forest.
How good are you at, hospice type stuff?
Hospice?
Long-term care.
Hospice is long-term care for the dying.
I mean, we don't know for sure what's going to happen, so.
Well, it's never been my strong suit.
One thing.
So you might want to try and patch your friend up.
Yastin's not actually injured, if you're talking about her. One thing I should add, is that Solace, you know that you are about 300 feet up an ironwood tree.
Oh, excellent. Do I know of any way to get down that's convenient for a group?
Well, you climbed up. You assume you can climb back down.
Well, I know I can.
Well, it might be more difficult seeing as there's an unconscious body. And in the course of this conversation, Xavier flies back through the window, lands on Kelsiver's shoulders, and Kelsiver, you see there are feathers sticking out of his mouth.
You found something good to eat.
He looks at you and he says, "It was satisfactory."
Don't worry, we'll go find some good food later. Did you see anything else while you were out there?
Well, you are in a bit of a predicament, I should say, seeing as you lack the ability to fly, which is so mundane for you terrestrial creatures.
So I get we're up really high. Is he saying this out loud or is it just to me?
Just to you. He's actually never said anything out loud.
Okay, I wasn't sure yet.
Nope.
So I'm going to look to the group. Guys, Xavier says we're kind of SOL. We're up somewhere really, really high and we can't fly.
Roll perception. Actually, no, you don't need to. Fitzwilliam, you rolled a nat 20, right?
Yeah.
You also saw, in addition to the pear-sized ruby in the ceiling, off to one side of this temple, you saw some planks that seemed to be attached to very long coils of elven rope that were tied off and kind of grown into the sides of the temple. And they were right next to a doorway.
Okay, so I point at those and say, you know how to use those?
Figure it out. I've never needed to use them.
Okay, well, why don't we figure it out? And Fitzwilliam heads over.
Okay. Roll investigation.
Okay, finally a skill that I am proficient in. That's a 13.
Okay. This isn't hard to figure out. These ropes are, you recognize as elven braid, and you kind of figure out that if you position the planks just right and you tug on the ropes just right, you can lower those planks at a reasonable speed down from the temple.
Well, this is
Okay.
way less fun than what I was planning in my head.
Well, it's probably safer, so I relay this information to the group.
I mean, you do have an unconscious body to carry, unless you're going to leave Yastin in this temple.
Well,
I
I
was
say,
just going to turn into an ape, which is a lot better at climbing with only one arm.
True. You could still do that if you wanted.
No, this
Proper
is
to you.
probably safer.
or we could, not risk dropping the what was it, the Grandmaster?
Yes, the Grand
Yeah.
who just, well, maybe didn't save, but saved you guys from a lot of damage, if nothing else.
No, definitely saved.
I would like to say I did just really nuke everything.
You really fucked up that shadow demon.
Regardless, I relay the information and say, why don't we get Yasna over onto one of these planks?
So you guys, I assume, kind of carefully and slowly use these planks to descend from the temple to the forest floor. And
We probably should have taken a long rest while we were in the temple.
Probably. But
Yeah, I didn't burn any spell slots.
you could take a short rest. Anyway,
Well, if we're doing...
what?
Oh, never mind.
Okay. You get to the forest floor, and as you look around, you see that all of the trees around you are ironwood trees, although the one you just descended from is by far the largest. And seeing as you have a ranger with you, Your ranger doesn't get... Wait, what is your chosen terrain?
Oh god, I gotta pick one. Yeah, I'll pick forest for now.
Alright. You don't get lost.
I get a second one at level 6.
So where do you guys want to head? Solace, you know that you are in southern Ilios. In this section of the Dueldian Forest, you're in southern Ilios, right near the Tanar Mountains. And you expect it to be just over a week to get out of the forest, and if you had to take a guess, it would take another 2 weeks to get back to Karoskan.
Okay, but we have a wedding to get to.
If you went back to Karoskan, you would have 9 weeks, give or take, to get to Eisenhold.
We would also have horses.
That should be good then.
So are we on the...
You are on the forest floor.
Yeah, no, but are we on the western side of the mountains?
You are on the eastern side of the mountains, actually.
Oh,
you would
cool.
have to pass through the Tanars. But there's a southern pass that you guys know about that would lead to Faneland, basically.
Okay, well, so you said you've heard of Faneland. Ever, wanted to visit?
Well, I've never actually thought about it, but is there anything worth seeing?
I mean, there's this massive tower made of mithril, so that's pretty impressive.
Sounds cold.
It is a little bit cold, but I promise you, trust me, the view is worth it.
I trust you, promise me.
No.
Promise me you'll trust me.
Yeah. I can talk.
I will allow myself to be convinced to go. Trying to go. Because currently you're in southern Ilios.
Okay, well, crap. Might be a little bit of a journey, but road trip, right, guys? Yay!
You tried.
I do know of one southern pass that will get you into Faneland faster if you would like to stay in the south.
Oh, thank God, yes.
How soon do you want to get going? Your companion does not appear to be waking anytime soon.
Probably shouldn't waste time. What do you guys think?
Down and
Yeah, might as well get on the move.
Okay.
FYI, proper introductions. Calcifer.
Oh, yeah, I'm Sarithiel, and this is Yastin.
The guy is Xavier.
You
To
see
my
Xavier.
Stretch of the forest.
You see Xavier as Calcifer introduces him. He raises his head and kind of nods at you, Solace.
I will bow to the Fey creature because I have Fey ancestry.
Okay.
Sorry, Tokyo Drift going on outside.
What?
Tokyo Drift is going on outside my window. I'm sorry.
No worries.
It's always going on outside your window. I've been to your apartment.
If I get a I'm gonna be a beastmaster rather than a hunter, so I get a companion creature.
Sure.
Since Casey can turn into a panther.
Am I your companion creature?
I mean, no.
Little sister, now little companion.
Can a wolf carry a person?
Only a dire wolf, which you wouldn't be able to have as a companion creature right now.
I
Okay,
can
then
turn
I'm not.
into a horse, but
Then I'm not choosing
only for
just yet.
Okay.
I can turn into a horse, but only for 2.5 hours.
Yes. You, Sarathiel, you look around and you very, very quickly realize that turning into a horse in this forest is a terrible idea. There's simply not enough room for a horse to get around well.
What about a bear? I can also turn into a bear.
You know, the much smaller counterpart to the horse.
Okay, so
It's better at getting around in a forest.
it was
They can
poor
balance.
phrasing. Yeah, it was poor phrasing on my part. It's less the room and more the roots and the hills and things of that nature.
What about a giant goat?
Oh my god!
I can also turn into a giant weasel.
Turn into a dragon
Perfect.
and fly away.
Sarathiel, I want you to roll perception.
Roll nicely. 9.
You notice Soleil every now and again seems to be looking at you. You can't tell quite what she's looking at. It is a she, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you can't
It.
tell quite what she's looking at.
I mean, I could be androgynous, whatever,
I mean, whatever you want.
for now.
For now. I kind of look back.
Eyeballing her quiver when she was out, right? Or not her quiver, her bow when she was out cold, right?
Correct.
So, what's up, Solis?
That's quite a bow you have there. I wonder how you came by it.
We pick up a few things here and there.
That's a helpful sister mine.
Yep. You're welcome. I assume you're interested?
Yes. I have more fine bowmanship.
Well, it's probably of more use to you than to me. Anyway, I'm probably going to end up doing a lot of carrying, so you're welcome to it.
I couldn't take that from you. It's yours.
Well, how about you owe me a favor then?
Bum, bum.
That sounds dangerous.
So it's a bow. I mean, I've barely met you and I'm willing to hand you a weapon, so
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
a little bit.
Oh, well, shit.
No, she responded with whenever that sounds a little dangerous. She goes, okay.
I definitely didn't hear the okay.
Mm-mm.
Bummer. Then I will happily take the bow off your hands. It'll go nicely with my quiver.
Yeah. I hand it to her and say, funny story. Sometimes, about once a day, arrows can have some strange effects. And I hand her the bow. And when you're holding the bow, doesn't it change weight?
No, when you're drawing it, the draw changes weight. Give me 1 second, though. I want to double check something. I thought I didn't make that once a day. I thought that was on draw, but I might be wrong.
I'm pretty sure it was every long rest or something, which is why I said once a day.
Yeah.
Because I'm not about to say in character every long rest.
Hang on. Let me... Once per day. In an encounter, yes. So I'm actually going to change that to once per encounter. Okay. So, Sarathiel has just handed you the bow named Singularity. And this means this bow is magical, and once per encounter, you can fire an arrow that will adjust gravity. And you can choose to either adjust gravity, making it less or making it more. And if you make it less, creatures will have to make a dexterity saving throw or, well, be at low gravity and have penalties to movement, things of that nature. If you make it more, they have to make a constitution saving throw or take crushing damage.
God.
Make sure you specify which type of damage you're doing or which type of arrow you're using before you roll.
Yes, please.
Because I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh, okay, that sounds pretty heavy duty.
And as
Can I use the arrows from Quillam's quiver with this bow?
Can. Yes, you can.
I do so, since they're both, magic.
Yeah. And as you kind of test out the draw on this bow, the actual bowstring seems to change weight as you're pulling on it, and you can kind of tell when it's heavier and lighter and things of that nature.
This is wonderful.
Okay.
Like now Megan wants to go out and Megan wants to go out and thank you very much.
Who's Megan?
The goddess moving all of these puppets.
Yes. All right. So you guys are traveling through the forest, and when you leave, so there's kind of a clearing around this massive ironwood tree with the temple in it. But when you leave that area, the air around you grows kind of ominous and malignant, as though it wants to corrupt you. Nothing really happens. It's just very, very unsettling. But you travel for about 2 days without really any trouble. Solis leads you handily through the woods. Doesn't have any problems. On the second day, and during this time, Xavier kind of turns invisible and flies off and goes hunting and then comes back.
Have we taken a long rest?
You slept on the first night.
Cool, because I'm taking my hit points back.
All right.
I'd like to not be at half health.
Yes. Well, on the second day, Solis kind of leads you into a clearing, and you actually see Xavier in this clearing tangling with a bird with crimson feathers. And this crimson bird is just attacking Xavier relentlessly, but it's unable to get off the ground because Xavier kind of continues to circle above it and tries to swoop down and eat it, but the bird pecks Xavier away, and you walk in to see this circling fairy dragon and this crimson bird on the ground pecking at it.
How far away am I?
You would be about 20 feet away.
So this pecking would be considered an attack, right?
I'm sorry, what? The pecking? As best you can tell, it seems to just be trying to defend itself. Xavier's trying to eat it, and it doesn't want to be eaten.
I'm not gonna be. I was gonna be a smart like and cast sanctuary on Xavier, so the bird couldn't peck it. I'm gonna yell to Xavier. Any particular reason you want to eat this bird?
I'm hungry.
Seems like it's giving you a good run for your money right now. What's going on?
Well, now it has simply insulted my dignity.
So you're just gonna seize it?
I'm going to kill it, but it does not even deserve to be eaten.
Okay. Where'd you find it?
I knocked it out of a tree.
Tell you what, like, does he point a direction?
No, he's busy circling this bird.
Rayfield, do you want to talk to this bird?
I mean, it's a bird.
Hey, you never
it's
know.
got
We've
anything special.
talked to other animals that just continuously say the name friend. Word friend.
Sarathiel, you actually can hear this bird because of your staff. You can understand this bird, and this bird is. And you didn't know birds knew how to swear? This bird is cursing up a storm. Just, motherfucking fucking piece of fucking shit, you fucking fucker! Just
I'd like to imagine it's something like it's yelling stuff like wing rot and like thunderstorm and no worm ground and just like all of like bird swears.
Yes, exactly.
So it's just kind of not happy.
I thought I had animal handling. Do I not?
You would, as a beastmaster, certainly.
All right, now forgive my ignorance. What the hell do I get with animal handling?
You'll have proficiency plus whatever the modifier that looks over that is.
I mean, mostly we could probably shoo it away. I mean, with the staff, do I have to cast Speak with Animals to be understood?
No.
Okay.
However, as this is happening, you do see Xavier get this bird in its mouth. The bird is still struggling, though, as Xavier starts to try and bite down. He's having trouble because of all the birdly struggles.
I say, Xavier, come on. This one's giving you a run for your money. Let it go.
Xavier glares at you.
I glare back.
And Calcifer, in your head, you hear, "That one never wants me to eat."
Yeah, she's kind of like that. She's all about the people for the eating of non-tasty food.
I can hear Calcifer, right?
Yeah.
I roll my eyes at Calcifer.
Hang on, Calcifer, did you say that or did you think that?
Well, I can't talk to him like that yet. No.
That is true. You don't know that yet. So you haven't been able to figure out quite how that connection works.
Right. So I'm going to say it out loud.
I roll my eyes at Calcifer and then I walk over. I say,
you hear bones cracking in the bird and it's squawking loudly.
Fitzwilliam casts Prestidigitation to make the bird taste absolutely horrendous.
It doesn't seem to bother Xavier. You actually, Fitzwilliam, you begin to suspect that Xavier doesn't actually want to eat this at this point. Because despite the taste, he keeps biting.
I walk over to Xavier and say, drop it.
Careful. Say that out loud.
Calcifer, in your head, you hear Xavier say, "Who does this woman think she is?"
I pull beef jerky out of my pack.
He ignores you.
In my head, I say it really doesn't like death. I just kind of say it as a thought in the back of my head.
Okay. You actually hear Xavier respond, and he says, "She needs to get over it."
Immediately, light bulb. Wait, you can understand me?
Didn't you know that?
Is he distracted enough that I could take the bird?
You can try. You're going to have to make a strength contest.
I don't want to hurt it more. I don't want to hurt it more.
I heard you. I'm waiting to find out what you want to do.
Would my animal handling extend to a fey creature?
Nope.
Sure, I guess. Strength check. 9. No, 10.
Xavier just rolled a 14. So you're not able to get the bird out of Xavier's mouth.
Solis turns to Calcifer. and looks at him a little bit reproachfully and says, "Your dragon not to kill the bird."
I look back at
Soleil.
and I say, "You actually think this dragon belongs to me? Dragon is of its own free will."
Well, he responds to you. Force him. I said, ask him. You could attempt to convince him instead if you prefer.
You hear more bones cracking and the bird squawks louder.
Okay, Fitzwilliam is going to cast Suggestion on Xavier and say, why don't you put that bird down?
Isn't Suggestion one word? No, that's command. Is that a wisdom check? Wisdom contest?
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Hang on. That would be a 3.
Okay.
Xavier spits the bird out, turns invisible, and you hear him fly away. And in Calcifer, in your mind, you hear Xavier say, "Plebeian fools."
I pick the bird up. Cure wounds would work on
you.
Well, I don't care.
And it's trying to flap its wings, but it's kind of pitiful because the bones in its wings seem to be broken.
Cure wounds would work on a bird, right? Which is what I tried to ask twice.
I'm sorry, the bird had to react to being touched. Yes, Cure Wounds would work on a bird.
Okay, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on the bird.
Okay. It heals, and as soon as you start healing it, it starts flapping harder as the bones in its wings heal.
Might want to have a tight grip on the bird. That.
I guess I'd like to offer animal handling, so I'll hold the bird if you'll heal it.
It's already been healed.
I thought it was resisting healing. Okay.
Speaking through my staff, I guess I say, friend safe.
The bird responds with roll animal handling, actually.
Solis or
Sarathiel.
12.
The bird responds with freedom.
Okay. Sarathiel, let's go.
It flies up to a tree branch and watches you closely. And now that you've been next to it and near it, Sarathiel, you recognize this as a bloodhawk. And Solis, you would see that as well and recognize it as a bloodhawk.
Okay.
And it's just kind of sitting up in its tree.
Is there anything significant about being a bloodhawk?
They're slightly smarter and more deadly than normal hawks.
Got it.
Is there anything else you want to do?
I toss some of the jerky out on the floor before we leave. On the forest floor.
Before it hits the ground, the bloodhawk has swooped down and caught it and is eating it.
Okay.
All right.
Would you like to try and bring it with us?
Okay. Roll animal handling.
Oh, it was a question, not a...
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. You were asking everyone else.
Sarathiel.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Sarathiel specifically.
Mhm.
It's its own free creature, so it's free to do what it wants. If I show it kindness, it might follow, but
Okay.
I won't force it.
Understood.
Okay. So you guys start making your way again, and as you are walking, you notice that snow has begun to fall.
Is that sensible for the season?
It is.
Awesome.
And it doesn't seem to be falling particularly hard, but you can tell that it's falling. It's not reaching the forest floor, though. It's collecting on the tree branches above you.
Well, that's good.
And when you bed down for the night, Xavier comes back, and Kelsifer, you see a rat tail disappear into his mouth as he kind of curls up around you. And he, almost as soon as he's laid down, he jumps back up. And Kelsifer, and everyone actually, you see him rocket into the sky, and then you see a flash of crimson feathers diving down towards your campsite. And the hawk lands on the ground between Solace and Sarathiel, and Xavier lands next to you, Kelsifer, and he's just kind of glaring at the Bloodhawk.
I'm going to use animal handling to try and calm the hawk down.
Well, you can tell with your staff that the hawk isn't upset. It's not angry or anything. It's just kind of there. Xavier's pissed, though, Calcifer. You know that. Xavier is just going off about how this winged rat needs to be dead and leave you all alone and, doesn't deserve to be about or alive.
I'm going to relay enough information for them to understand that he's upset and really doesn't think it needs to be around unless it wants to die. Buddy?
There's no reason for the hawk to die. Anybody?
I mean, she pretty much said it.
That was a huge silence, guys.
Yeah, I was about to say, was it me?
It was directed at you, or at least at Calcifer or Xavier.
Y'all want to take this hawk as a companion?
Without giving anything away, I have my own.
Yeah, it's...
I tell Xavier that
Solace, yes.
Yeah, Solace has kind of grown affectionate towards it. So
Not Solace.
Getting till Sarathiel prefer that it left alone.
Xavier is suspicious, but kind of reluctantly agrees on the condition that it leaves him alone.
Okay. I'll agree to that. And I'll say Xavier will leave it alone as long as it doesn't make a move at him.
Okay. I use my staff when I say, I point at Xavier and I say, no fight, friends. And I, gesture at the whole group for friends.
I don't think that was...
I'm not trying... I'm trying to get across, I'm not trying to force it.
you guys bed down for the night, unless you want to do something else with this hawk or anything like that.
I'll let it be for the night.
Okay. You wake up in the morning, and the hawk is kind of hanging out in a tree. It's still around, and Xavier's displeased by its presence, but he leaves it alone. And you guys, on your third day of travel, come to a small clearing with a circle of 5 hills topped in 5 trees. And I would like perception checks.
18.
Okay.
10.
Okay.
No, that's a 17. Sorry.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
15, 17, plus my advantage in my favorite terrain.
Yes, well, you're fine. Calcifer?
13.
Okay. So, Fitzwilliam and Solace, you see that one of the hills has a small-ish. It's a decently sized cave, but it's on a hill, so, but there's a small cave near the top of it. And as you approach the clearing, you hear a roar as a creature with the body of a lion, the back feet of a goat, and the wings of a dragon descends towards you. It has 3 heads, one of a lion, one of a dragon, and one of a goat. And the lion and the dragon heads roar in unison as it lands in front of you. And...
Wow, what the hell is wrong with you?
Who?
You!
Me? Why?
There's some BS.
It's a chimera. Why is that BS?
Suddenly shows up in the forest.
Yes, it does. I also need initiative rolls from everyone.
I mean, I assume it lives here.
It does.
It's another 14.
We suddenly showed up in its forest.
All right, hang on. So 14 for Fitzwilliam.
7 for Cerethiel.
Okay. And that's a 6. All right. Calcifer and Solace.
4.
Okay. Solace?
18.
18. All right. And this chimera has landed right about there. And first up is Solace.
That's okay. Can I tell if it's pissed off?
It's certainly seeming aggressive, and it's kind of acting like it's gonna try and kill you.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Operating.
You
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Map was not cooperating.
Okay.
Shit. I guess. Where'd it go? I don't want to use that yet. To shoot an arrow of binding.
Okay. So, roll to hit first.
It's a 16.
Alright, that will hit, and that is a Constitution Constitution saving throw, as I recall. I did make it, so I should. That's a DC 14, correct?
Yes.
It fails. So the four of you see this arrow slam into this chimera, and you see its wings get pinned down, and it kind of struggles against invisible bindings, but it can't seem to move. You also need to roll damage.
Well, it lasts 1d4 rounds, and so that ended up being a 4.
Okay. So it can't move for 4 rounds.
4 rounds.
Wait a minute.
What?
Does that mean that it is restrained?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
It does get to make a strength saving throw at the beginning of its turn, though.
I know, but by the time it has its turn, it won't matter.
Yes. But also, roll damage. It's a 1d8 plus dexterity.
Come to me. That would be...
Got a 10.
10?
God, why am I cutting out now?
All right. Next up is Fitzwilliam.
Okay, Fitzwilliam casts Fairy Fire, which means that it has to take a dexterity saving throw.
Which it can't.
Well, it has disadvantage on.
I mean, it can't move, but all right.
That's fair. It's your rule.
Yeah, I'm going to say it can't make a dex save because it can't move.
Okay, so that means it is outlined in a violet light. So it sheds dim light in a 10-foot radius, and any attack roll against it has advantage if the attacker can see it.
Okay.
It also cannot be invisible.
Chimeras generally can't.
Well, just in case.
Yeah. All right. Next up, this chimera shedding a violet light. Next up is Sarathiel.
I'm going to try and anticipate a problem and cast Sleet Storm. This is a 20-foot tall cylinder with a 40-foot radius, so I'm going to have it end between us and the Chimera, so the Chimera is in it and we're not.
Okay.
The area is heavily obscured, and exposed flames in the area are doused, but we can still see the Chimera because it's got outlined in the violet light. So that is a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. It fails.
Okay. Actually, wait, no, it would have been a Dexterity saving throw. But anyway.
Either way.
Constitution was for maintaining a spell.
Yeah.
Does it actually take damage? I don't think it takes damage, though.
I don't know. I don't know the spell, so.
Also, the area is now difficult terrain.
Okay. You cast this, and you hear this draconic thundering roar in frustration.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to prevent.
Next up is the Chimera.
The dragon.
Who's going to make a strength saving throw. And, so you don't see this happen, but you see the violet outline flare outwards and suspect that the Chimera has stretched its wings and broken these invisible bonds.
Well, luckily you guys all still have advantage on attack rolls.
True fact.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything else because that's its action. Next up is Kelsifer.
Calcifer.
Yeah, no, I was reading. Sorry. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do next. So I'm going to rush forward, make a melee attack, cast inflict wounds.
I'm sorry, you melee attack and cast inflict wounds. Okay.
Correct.
So that would that aura, Casey, would be about your sleet storm, right?
What do you mean?
The aura around the Chimera.
We don't see it.
There is none.
God damn it. Hang on.
Okay, good. It's not just me.
How about now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it extended a lot farther behind it, but that doesn't matter.
Right. All right. Kelsifer. So
if you rush forward and enter the area, you have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
What's the dex save for? What
Um,
are they supposed to save from?
That's all it says. It's just, when a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it must make a dexterity saving throw.
What's the name of the spell?
Sleet Storm.
Tried pulling it up, I couldn't find it. I could find it, but it wouldn't let me know what the spell was.
Hang on, I'm looking.
Oh, if you fail, you fall prone.
Okay. Thank you, Joel.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Kelsifer, if you are going to charge in, I will need you to make that dex save.
Unless you don't charge all the way in.
To get within 5 feet of it, he would enter the sleet storm.
It's the 5 feet part.
Yeah.
You have to be within 5 feet to hit something with a melee weapon.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to rush forward. I roll 11.
I'm sorry, you...
I rush forward anyways, and I roll an 11.
Sarathiel, what's your spell save DC?
15.
Kelsifer, you rush forward and slip and fall in this sleet storm, falling prone. You do get within 5 feet of the Chimera, though. You're just lying down.
Close enough. I have other fun toys.
I mean, you can attack, you'll just have disadvantage, because you're prone.
Would the disadvantage and the advantage offset?
Yes. So you just roll regularly.
Okay. So I will roll regularly, still going for the inflict wounds.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fail.
Would you roll?
A 4.
Yep, nope. You kind of swing wildly from... I assume you fell on your face.
Yeah, I'll call that.
Yeah. And you miss it. Solace, it is your turn, and you can see this outline of the Chimera.
Can I see Calcifer?
Every now and then, as the wind whips the snow around, you can see him lying down, but it's not constant. But he's also not moving, so...
Yeah, but... Shit. Is the Chimera still bound or no?
It is not.
Do you want to be near the Chimera?
Yeah, actually.
I guess I will just... How is this called? Singularity bow.
Mm-hmm.
And fire a... Yes, for the gravity crusher.
Your options, hang on, are coming in a second. Fine, I guess. For whatever reason, I had to upload it, but it's in coordinating. It's not a random change to gravity. You can choose.
That's all I needed.
Mm-hmm.
Are within 5 feet of the Chimera.
Yes.
You could also fire the arrow, like, over here. Which would catch the Chimera, but not Calcifer.
Attempt to fire. Oh, increasing gravity.
Okay, so you're increasing gravity, and you're firing next to the Chimera?
Yeah, on the backside of the Chimera, so it's away from Calcifer and doesn't touch him.
Alright, roll attack.
I'm sorry, what's my advantage on this?
Well, you wouldn't technically be attacking the Chimera, so you don't have advantage, but it's going to be a d20 plus proficiency, which is 2, plus your dexterity modifier.
Proficiency was 3.
Oh, it is 3 now that you're level 5, you're right.
And my dex modifier, you said?
Yep.
Oh, please, dear God, that this be a good roll. 18 plus 7. 26.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to sink that arrow exactly where you wanted it to. It doesn't deal any damage, the arrow itself, but the gravity changes, and that Chimera is going to take crushing damage. So, roll that damage.
And we said it is a 1d4.
And that's going to be plus dexterity.
Hey, okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. So how much damage does the Chimera take?
8.
8. Okay.
I'm sorry, I've been trying to say this for the past 30 seconds.
Alright. So the Chimera is crushed.
Oh, emotionally.
No. That's Fitzwilliam's bag of tricks. Speaking of, Fitzwilliam is up.
Okay, I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery at it.
Alright. That is a wisdom saving.
Yep.
It fails. Are you casting at a particular head? And what's your mockery?
It's kind of a general, all-around insult. It's I can't decide which of your heads is the ugliest because it hurts too long to look inside.
Roll damage.
Something like that. That is 6. 6 damage, and it has disadvantage on its next attack.
Okay. This is a very important question. Does that apply to one attack or
one
all
attack.
the attacks it makes in that turn?
One attack.
Okay. Next up is Sarathiel.
Okay. I am going to cast Moonbeam. So it encases the Chimera, but not Calcifer.
Let's have some impressive aim today.
Yeah, well.
Alright. Moonbeam.
5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder filled with dim light. When the creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it is engulfed in ghostly flames that cause searing pain and must make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
2d10 radiant damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one.
Alright. So go ahead and roll that damage because the Chimera starts next and I will roll its con check.
Right.
Alright. This Chimera fails its Constitution check.
Alright.
And is wreathed. It's now radiating violet light and is wreathed in silver flames.
And takes 11 damage.
Fitzwilliam thinks it's kind of beautiful. I mean, if it's heads weren't in there.
Fitzwilliam, the second voice in your head, is already composing a song about the strange beauty of these combined lights.
Cool.
The Chimera is, well, first has to make another con save because of the gravity, and fails, so it can't move, and is going to, therefore, attack the prone Calcifer. Thanks for listening to this episode of A Conspiracy of Gods. If you're looking for more episodes, you can go ahead and check out the other videos on this channel or the playlist, which contains all of the episodes thus far. And remember to please like and subscribe if you enjoy this content and want to see some more of it. If you're looking for more information about the world, any maps, anything of that nature, go ahead and check out aconspiracyofgods.weebly.com. And, as always, thanks for listening.